Jump into it. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Dry Blood. We are in season 5. This is the episode 3. We had Ruby Rust versus Robbie and the Hunger, or the Hunger and the Child. I'm not really sure who was doing most of the fighting, but
we're a team.
You know, man, it's just not your day. Sometimes it's your day. We tried, we turned up, and give it 110%.
Yeah, drink a little bit more. You were dehydrated during that, Ruby. You should,
just 110%. Just give it 110%. But they turned up. They were doing a better job. They also gave it 110%, and we just. Some days it's your day, and some days it's not your day.
Right now, you have a team of mages kind of massaging your broken tail, like repairing it.
I just think it's hilarious that they get like sports folk to do like the interview immediately, like they're still in the frame of mind, and they've just run around for 90 minutes, and then they come off the field and they're like, it's like microphone in the face, be eloquent.
You got this.
Well,
it's easy. Well, and the two of you were such eloquent speakers tonight. Like, as you were describing the scenes, there were so many moments where I thought, this is amazing. I love the world that you all are describing. The fight is fantastic. But I want to know from the two of you, what was your favorite part that you got to partake in? Like, what was the scene that you're like, I'm so glad I got to create this? Cinder, I'm going to throw you into the fire first.
I really liked how Rob played it up like this was not a fight that he was supposed to be in.
From the beginning. Just like, isn't it obvious I'm going to lose? What are you doing? Why are you
I thought that was pretty, I thought that was wonderful. I really enjoyed that.
That was the thing of beauty. And in the end of it, you all were pretty par and par.
Yeah, it's a sort of setup that can pay off either way really well. Like either it's like, yeah, of course he won. He's an ultra chara, or he like loses, and it's like, holy shit, underdog story. And so it's a good setup to a fight, I think.
Yeah,
and obviously being that the mechanics are, regardless of how powerful you are, you're on a level. It's fun to pretend like you're not actually on a level when your narrative or your flavor is different.
Yeah, it was a great storytelling and framework that you did. So what about you, Rob? What was your favorite moment?
Probably the power of friendship, the reveal of the power of friendship. Like I loved the change from like an Ash Ketchum with a mind controlling parasite eldritch demon thing, just being like, yeah, I'm a little boy, and then being like absorbed by that turn, and then the reveal at the end, like the unzipping and he's back again. It's just like perfectly as he was. That was a great way to wrap it up.
Yeah, that's a super creative. You guys were both very creative with your attacks and with the descriptions of things, which is exactly what we wanted. I wanted to touch on the point that you had mentioned before we started recording, Rob, is that up to now you had never lost a deathmatch. I don't know if I was aware of that. Is that?
I was.
Even
Dag always reminded me that you always beat him.
Oh, that's true. Well, there was the one where you and Dag had tied.
Yeah, so there was so me and Dag were on a team. This is why I always follow it with the technically never lost, because the goal of that Dag, it was a team v team thing, and it was more of a race than a PvP.
Yeah.
But we had to get to a thing, and we had to be the first to touch a treasure chest or something. And like they killed both of us. The other team managed to kill both of us, but in Dag's dying breath, he described something to you guys as like a cheeky, I'm going to pitch this as an idea. And then like he put his hand out and as he died, he like touched the chest first or something.
Yeah.
And you guys allowed it in the flavor. So Mendari and DM Dave are very salty about the fact that we won that because we killed both of you. And I was like, hey, the people who were arbitering the game said allowed the flavor that we touched the chest first, and that was the winning condition. Yes, we both died, but we technically won.
Yeah.
So I always use that to tease Dag and to tease Mendari and DM Dave.
It's a classic.
Yes, never let our friends forget.
And the other ones.
Yeah.
The other ones I've just outright won.
Yes.
Yeah.
So really, by doing this, Cinder, not only have you beat Rob, but you've also beaten Mendari and Dave by default, right?
All
right. Everyone he's defeated, you have also now defeated.
All of
I like that
PvPs that I've won, you've defeated all of them by proxy. That's tournaments work.
Yeah.
And now you have been defeated, and I have never been defeated.
Undefeated, 1 for 1.
This is the new undefeated champ.
Batting 1,000.
The odds are for you. If we're
Not
talking
salty. Not
percentages, this is
salty about it.
perfect. Yeah, no, 100% win rate right here. This is how you get sponsors.
Well, it was super fun to have you both. I'm glad you guys had a good time, and Cinder was super glad to play with you for the first time.
Yeah, man.
I
I
love
appreciate being invited on.
I love the accidental coincidences of our characters because I was interviewing Cinder on my channel the other day for the short rest, and it got to the end and we were talking about, oh, we're actually going to kick each other's ass on D20 Deathmatch, and he says, who are you playing? I was like, Python, and he goes, you're playing a Python? I was like, yeah, and he goes, I'm playing Robbie Coltrane and the Hunger, and I was like, playing someone called the Hunger, and he's like, yeah, and I was like. And knowing my special ability that I never actually got to get off is to consume you and to swallow you whole. I was like, the hunger and swallowing you whole. That's going to be an interesting thing. There's going to be some themes throughout this fight.
There would have been some really good comebacks had you managed to pull that off, but
an eating competition.
yes.
Yeah, if you'd have remained constricted at the start of my next turn after I've constricted you, that's why I was trying to reduce all of your actions. I was trying to get it so you didn't have any actions to free yourself from it. So then I constrict you, you can't have any actions to free yourself, and then it comes back to my turn, and I can then swallow you whole.
See, here's the problem: is that you are thinking too much with strategy. You understand the game mechanics too much.
I had a lot of strategy, and the dice
you got to go in with chaos. You got to be all.
The game type doesn't matter. Just go all in with the stupid, fun story.
We do favor chaos here, so
yes.
And the acolytes do their best to try to kill you with chaotic events.
The acolytes were great.
Dude,
yeah,
they all loved you guys. You all were amazing. We are all starstruck. But I gotta end with one final question: is I need final words from either you or your character to our acolytes. One final little statement, maybe a little piece of wisdom, maybe the website you want them to visit. That's fine, even though it's not finished. Give us a final word from you. Who would like to go first? Who's feeling inspired?
I can go first because Rob was quiet. And Rob, you made a noise. Does that mean you want to go first?
That's awkward.
No, you go first.
All right. Hi there, I'm Robbie Clark, and this backpack is full of my eldritch horror called The Hunger, and together we fight crime. And also, if you like eldritch horrors and want to learn about D&D, there's another one called Cinderblock Sally, and you can check him out on Cinderblock Sally on YouTube. And he'll teach you about all sorts of weird stuff, and some of it's inaccurate, but most of it is entertaining. Is that good?
I'm sold. Perfect. I'm sold on it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Rob, how about you? How do we follow up?
And I'm Ruby Red. When I'm not getting my ass kicked by an unfair fight with an eldritch demon, I'm watching a lot of internet, and I can also vouch for Cinderblock Sally as an entertaining performer. Who else I really enjoy is a comedy group called Viva La Dirt League D&D, and a guy called Robert Hartley GM. You could go and check him out if you like anything to do with D&D. On all of the platforms at Robert Hartley GM.
Fantastic.
I just want to point out that he's framing his defeat as that he lost to an eldritch horror and not so much that he lost to a child. Just to
a child, yeah. You definitely gotta win.
Yes.
You gotta lose to the best thing possible.
It's branding. It's publicity.
Yeah. No, of course.
All right. Well, those are the final words from our champions this week. We'll see you all in the next D20 Deathmatch.